How's it going, everybody? It's been quite a week. It's been so much fun watching everything go down. Yesterday in the NFL, today there's a lot going on. Um, just and personally in my life, there's a lot going on, but and that's why I gotta make this kind of quick. NHL starts. I think it's the Czechia series. The NHL is out there right now, and let's get on with just what has transpired the past week. And right now, let's talk about WNBA and the New York Liberty are leading. The ones that I thought were gonna walk away with this, the Aces, and now the Aces they have to win three in a row, or it's gonna be come down to the tight. Look, the Liberty are the overall favorites right now, and I didn't doubt that the Liberty were gonna be hot on their heels. I didn't think the Liberty were gonna take two straight. I thought that's a little like whoa. That's uh that's a shocker. The Lynx and the Sun are tied, so right now that's another series to look out for today and Sunday. The games play these ladies, fine women of basketball, making their clubs just so proud, and I'm so happy for the Lynx. I'm so happy for Connecticut. I'm so happy for Minnesota. The Aces, they've been getting, of course, they get all the glory, but they deserve it, well deserved. Asia Wilson, to me, that's the MVP, regardless of what happens. But I'm looking at that Liberty crew, and wowza, can they play? And they can play. And I'm shocked that they took two already. Now, games still need to be played. Don't sleep on the Aces. I wouldn't sleep on the Aces. So let's do that. We got UFC tomorrow, 307 if I'm correct, per Alex Pereira. Pennington in the co-main event. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. Dana, I really hope to see something special. The Sphere was an absolute, just a gem to watch. That to see what went on in the Vegas Sphere for Mexican Independence Day. Let's let's try. I know you're up for topping that, so let's do it. WWE Bad Blood 2024. Right now, there's only 5 matches. I think I saw that there might be another match added tonight from SmackDown. I don't think so, but there might. Right now, it looks like it's going to be Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns versus Solo and Jacob Fatu with the Tonga brothers there at ringside. Uh, the youngest Fatu, apparently, there's one of the bloodline relatives is missing. I hope they find him. I hope it's nothing serious, and I hope it's just a misunderstanding. But I do keep the bloodline and the Fatu and the Noai family in your prayers. And just no, and really because they've been having a hard year. The passing of both the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, arguably the greatest tag team. People would put them as the greatest tag team of all time. So keep them in your prayers. Liv and Rhea Ripley will be versing for the singles match for the women's I think it's the heavyweight championship that she owns. Nia Jackson Bailey for the undisputed women's championship. Damian Priest and Finn Balor in a brother versus brother type match, and of course the Hell in the Cell match, which apparently is going to be if I'm seeing this correctly, it's going to be the first match. I don't know if that is. I think it's the main event, but a lot of people are saying it's going to be the first match. I don't think that'd be smart, but that's just my opinion. I don't know anything about putting on matches and stuff when it comes to WWE. All I know is the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre rivalry, I have mixed feelings. In the famous words of Jim Cornette, when you see two wrestlers that are just so physically talented and you put them together and it just doesn't gel correctly, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm older. Maybe I don't respect uh, aspects of this rivalry because I think I'm looking at it from the industry point of view, but maybe it goes deeper than that, and it seems it does. So I really hope everything gets solved. Maybe not because they don't seem not to like each other, but I just put them on different rosters. But Adam Pearce drafted them, and that's just the way it's gone. So we'll see what happens. I hope Bad Blood, which it should start tomorrow at. It looks like it's going to be later in the day. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. So let's cannot wait. And Halloween Havoc will soon to follow. Baseball, my Braves, unfortunately, they couldn't, with all the injuries, we couldn't put enough scores on the board. Pitching to me was fine. We did good that far. But unless you put points on the board, then that's just it. And the Padres, they got scoring. Let's be honest. It was going to be hard regardless of going out there, whether you were going to get a split or not. Mets walk off with that amazing home run and a winner-all-take-all series for the first time in the ninth inning. Amazing. Pete Alonso can't say anything. Now they have to go out to, it looks like, Philadelphia, who apparently they never faced in the postseason. So there's going to be a lot of bad blood there. Royals and Yankees take on each other. Padres versing their rival in the Dodgers. And then you got, of course, the Tigers and the Cleveland Guardians. We're going to see what happens. This is turning out to be a great divisional series. I like it. I'm not at all mad about my team. I knew going into versing the Padres, we were going to have a hard time. The first match, I knew that was going to happen. We were just not going to, we were gassed. We tried to make a comeback in the second game. Didn't happen. Hats off to Tatis Jr. and all those guys on the Padres. They have a great culture out there. So let's see something new. Let's knock out those Yankees. Let's do whatever. Let's make sure that we have a Tigers and Mets or something, like a great underdog stories going in. Let's do this. And cannot wait. I'm happy for baseball. And now let's get to the NFL. First off, let's talk about the Monday games. The Titans and the Dolphins. Unfortunately, with all the injuries, the Dolphins did not come out with a win, and they have not led through the entire season, as analysts have been pointing out. It's unfortunate. They may get a couple of pieces back, but Tua is still on the IR. I really keep him in your prayers. No one likes to see a young guy go down like that. One of the other games for Game of the Year candidate, the Seahawks and Lions game, that was an absolute, we got over 70 points scored. I think it's 71 to be exact. Lots of good football there for sure. And then, of course, last night, another Game of the Year candidate, the overtime win of the Falcons over the Bucks. Baker Mayfield doing his thing and showing that, look, I am here to stay in Tampa. He's showing that he is worth every penny. And then, of course, Kirk Cousins, 509 yards, beating Matt Ryan's single game record, which is absolutely amazing. So happy for the Falcons. We got Jets and Vikings in London, which I do apologize the other day. I mentioned that there was a Bills and another team game that was I thought was in London. I think it was Bills and Patriots or something like that, or Dolphins or something like that. I don't know. I forget already. I apologize if I'm getting that wrong. But or Bills and Ravens or something like that. But that I was wrong. The Jets and Vikings are going to be in London. If I'm correct, the is it Jaguars that are going to be, yes, the Jaguars and Bears next week will be in London, and then of course the Munich game, which is of course the Carolina Panthers and New York Giants. Which, look, not a lot of people aren't happy about that, but you know what? That's just how the ball rolls. They wanted certain clubs in, sponsor, and everyone's got to get a game there. So who cares? Bears and Panthers, Browns and Commanders. Right now, Jaden Daniels looking like the rookie of the year. I hope it's Bo Nix, but that means a lot of people would have to get hurt and injured, and I do not recommend. I don't. I believe Bo Nix can still wean himself into that category. I believe my defense, Patrick Surtain, can be a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year, since Micah Parsons is unfortunately on crutches, as people would say. I don't know if that's good terminology, because I saw a video of him and he looks like he's trying to get back as fast as possible. So, and to me, that was going to be my Defensive Player of the Year, regardless of what anyone says. I like TJ Watt in them, but I think Micah Parsons is going to run away with it, like usual. Dolphins and Patriots, that classic rivalry. Colts and Jaguars, another classic rivalry. A good old-fashioned, down-to-earth game with the Bills and Texans, which is a young club with a veteran crew, and that's just going to be fire. My Broncos take on the Raiders. We're doing our 77 throwbacks. I'm happy about that. Ravens take on the Bengals for that rivalry. Cardinals and 49ers, another rivalry. Seahawks and Giants, that's a classic one that people forget about. Packers and Rams, that's a good one. Steelers and Cowboys. They haven't faced each other in prime time since, I think it was 82 or something like that. So that's going to be a good one in the Monday game. Saints take on the recent Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, and of course the next Thursday game is the Seahawks and 49ers, a West rivalry. Cannot wait. That's going to be fun. College football as well to get into. My Bama, Odin Vanderbilt. DeBoer deserves a candidate for Coach of the Year, but let's not sleep on Texas. Everything about them. If they take out Arch Manning, I think that's a huge mistake. He is on fire. He's on all cylinders. I'm sorry about your original QB, but I wouldn't mess with that formula. I think Arch Manning could be the Heisman Trophy winner if they allow him to stay. There is nothing in my mind that thinks that unless he's injured, that he would be, that he wouldn't be one of the three candidates. Of course, there'll be Milrose. There's going to be somebody else. And then, of course, for me, it's Arch Manning, Cooper's son. That is amazing. And no Manning can run like that. So come on, let's keep him in there, boys. Major League Soccer, Inter Miami. Messi has the supporter shield. My Toronto FC do face them this Saturday, I think tomorrow. They got nothing to play for. They already clinched top spot. If anything, they could rest everybody if they want. But that's never a good thing. But, well, we don't know what's going to happen. MLS playoffs start soon. Cannot wait. And if my Toronto FC still got to have a wild card game to play in. If we keep losing, we're not going to even make the wild card spot. So regardless of what happens, but if we do win and we get into that 8th spot, unfortunately, we'd be going up against Miami, which is not an easy thing to do. They're a hard team. They play hard, and they probably could win they have a good chance of winning this year. That's without a doubt. But now we got Champions League. Let's just take a little gander. Dortmund leading the way. I'm just gonna list off the top 5. We got Brest, the French club, Benfica, Bayer Leverkusen, and Liverpool right now are in the top 5. They're leading the way through 2 games. My Paris Saint-Germain did not come out with a win over Arsenal, but Arsenal was a hard team that I knew we were going to be lucky if we came out with a draw. They play hard, and it's early. It's only 2 games, so there's no reason to hit the panic button. In Europa, everybody wants to go to Germany this year. I think it's in Allianz Stadium, but Germany is going to be hosting the final for Champions League. Stay tuned. Cannot wait. In Europa, it looks like Spilbo is going to be hosting it. So the Spanish top 5 for the Europa, we got SS Lazio, the Italians. Then we got Lyon, the French. Tottenham in 3rd. FC SB. I can't remember the full name. Their old Champions League. They actually won the Champions League back in the 80s. The Romanian club, Anderlecht, the Belgian club, and then that's the top 5 right now through 2 games. Man United not living up to fans' expectations. I think that's about it. In Champions League, though, Lille beat with the upset over Real Madrid, and Aston Villa with an upset over Bayern Munich. So there was some upsets this past week. Then again, it's only the 2nd game. Cannot really just focus on just one aspect. And it looks like Warsaw in the Conference League Poland will be hosting the Europa Conference Championship. The top 5 right now looks like in their first game through match 1, it looks like Cercle Brugge, the Belgians, and then 2 teams from the Cypriot League, Ammonia and Paphos, lead 2nd and 3rd. The Swiss, Lugano, and then Mold FC, the Norse. That's who rounds off the top 5 in the first match day. Games resume for all tiers of Champions League on the 22nd to 24th. Cannot wait. I hope to see more amazing upsets. I hope to see just more great football. But right now, that looks like it's it for me. And I really, I'm watching those matches, and they're looking fine. I'm watching Pat McAfee's show that Michael Cole is just happy that it's Mets, and I'm so happy that, and I really hope they can beat that stigma. They made a World Series in 2015, those Mets, and honestly, it hurts a little bit, but knowing that one of the Cunha brothers is on that Mets team, go for it, man. Balls in, let's do it. Let's see some new champions every year. There's a new champion. Let's keep that going. No more repeat champions, except my Braves. Anyway, love you guys. I will see you next Friday. Just enjoy the weekend. Stay safe. Be safe. Tell someone something nice that will change their life. Love you guys.